Fire!
3, 2, 1. G'day all my hobbits and halflings, Hobbit81 here, back on the Infinity server thanks to STH Gaming. And look, I'm riding a pig. Woo! I want to ride the pig. If that is in reference. I am joined today by Bambi. Hello, Bambi.
Hello!
And I am wearing golden coloured armour. It means you probably can guess what happened to me. I've lost more footage. Sad but true. Also the audio stuffed up completely. It like split the channels and had some stuff here and some stuff there. I went, let's just do it again. Still having some hard drive issues, but hopefully this episode gets out without a hitch. What am I actually wearing? It is flux infused armor from Redstone Arsenal. I've also made the bow from there because despite the rocket launches, I haven't really had a good projectile weapon. So this one does a fair bit of damage. Takes a bit of power, but it's constantly being charged, so that's not a problem. Now, what are we going to do today? We had a shortage of glowstones, so I got into RFTools and RFTools Dimension. Get the basement. And I've been playing around with that. This is the footage that I lost. I made all these fancy machines here. Oh, I see Bambi even upgraded them for me. Tesseracts directly into it, because this thing takes a lot of power. This particular one does not. That is not actually a lot of power per tick for Dimension, and we'll show you why. This should be the one that's currently dialed. Let's just make sure. Bring up this to a dialing device, kind of like in Stargate. Powers it up. It's loaded. It does step through. And when we come back, we're also going to have a look at Bambi's overpowered power generation. But it was totally required.
It was. We really needed it.
So this was just a random, no parameters set dimension, because I needed to get something that's called it's a special type of ore, dimensional ore, DIM. Go back one, there it is, this stuff. Dimensional shards, which comes from the ore, which you can only find in these generated dimensions. So we quarried out some stuff, and we upgraded the thing that powers the dimensions, so we can power even better ones. And as you'll see over here, I don't have Optifine, do I? I'm trying to zoom, that's not working. These dimensions also spawn these little buildings here. Do I have my speed turned on? I think I'd probably my key configuration. Oh no, that was the dark armor. Never mind, that was the dark steel armor. So it spawns these little huts, and they've got dimlets in them that you can use to make other dimensions. So we're going to go back home now. Go quick way home, /home. Alright, be more specific, /home A. Lovely. And when we get home, I'm going to show you the more advanced world that I made. Where's the basement? Here's the basement. Can't find the basement. What's going on here? Should you move the basement somewhere, Bambi?
Nope, it just sometimes, I don't know why, sometimes it does come up.
It's so bright on my screen. Alright. And now it comes up. Gravy. That's right. Now, next dimension. I've got them all stored on me at the moment. We'll take this one out. Let's see. It was Hope 2, I think. So this was designed to fix the glowstone problem. As you can see, it takes a lot of power to run. Whereas the other one only took 10 RF per tick. This one takes 80,000 RF per tick. Now, how are we powering this? Would you like to explain, Bambi, or shall I?
You've seen it. You can have a look.
Okay. Just correct me if I do anything wrong. Did you upgrade this to a different coolant since last time?
Maybe.
What's the blue stuff? Is it cryothium?
Yep. So I went to the alternate world and killed some blizzards.
Ah, very nice.
That's the only place I've seen blizzards in that alternate dimension.
Right.
I've seen them in this overworld, in our world, but only in that dimension you mentioned.
That's right. Alright, so as you can see, that's powering along. But have a look at the wall here. Bambi's been so busy while I've been a busy hobbit elsewhere, and he's made the biggest vibrant capacitor bank I've ever seen. Actually, this is the second biggest, isn't it?
Yeah, this is 2.5 billion RF.
Only.
But it's required. It's a nice buffer.
It's a nice buffer. We're going to check out the next dimension, and then we're going to come back and check out some of the other power production Bambi's doing. production and storage. So let's start up this new dimension. So we select where we're going from and where we're going to. It looks good. If this is red, don't go through. If it's yellow, it's okay. And if it's green, it's chunk loaded, I believe. Alright, teleporting. And twang. So this was how we sorted out the glowstone problem. This entire world is glowstone and the occasional bit of weird lavery rock type stuff. So a couple of quarries in here, and Bambi no longer has a problem with glowstone.
Yep.
And, it's set up so we can come back again. These things are powered also via the tesseracts. Lapis. I was trying to make a world that had glowstone and lapis, but it didn't work so well. I need to do a bit more research on that. Shall we go to the farm and have a look at the rest of the power stuff? Whoa! Oh.
That flare, I love the noise. It always freaks people out.
I thought it was a creeper. Oh my god. That's mean.
Tree farm.
Tree farm, and then to the side
In the
here.
corner. Yep.
You may have also seen the magmatic, magma crucibles downstairs. They were creating lava.
Which are taking our excess amount of cobblestone and turning them into lava, which is then being pumped into these.
Nice magmatic dynamos.
Yeah, magmatic dynamo. So this is basically our nighttime top-up bank of power.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, their sole purpose is essentially just to keep everything nicely buffered for us during the nighttime, so we don't lose systems overnight. So it's basically just a column with a liquid or fluid duct in the center, a lava tank at the top, and ender energy conduits all around.
Nice.
And that feeds into our biggest capacitor bank.
Reminds me of the computer from 2001: A Space Odyssey, except it's a giant red strip instead of...
Well, we can make it close to it, but yeah. So that's 3.6 billion RF.
Nice.
Currently being held in that, and that's being topped off also by, I can't remember the amount, but there's a lot of them. Ultimate solar panels.
Pause the video and count them out. That is a lot. I think you teamed up with Cameron to make these ones.
Yes. So Cam gave me some of them. He's got them automatically crafting. So
big shout out to Cam. Thanks for that.
Yeah.
And more farms over here. Every kind of crop you could possibly imagine. I think we need to find a way to harvest them all.
Pretty much, yeah. At the moment, I'm manually harvesting. I don't think it's every crop, but it's close to it.
Very nice. Alright, so that's most of the power production done. We have moved it from up top here. The next part of the video, we're going to be starting finally construction on the witch mansion, which we're going to put up on top of the hill here. We were experimenting with a couple of different wood types. These are the three witchery ones: rowan, alder, and hawthorn. This one I really like. It's balsa, but the saplings are super rare, and when you grow the tree, you only get one or two. To get proper amounts of them, you have to actually get all the way into forestry. But you know what? We can make it out of this for now, and then we can use a device for swapping the blocks, the Enderio, not dislocation. It's a thing. We'll look it up and we'll tell you when we come back. But I really like both the wood and the plank of this one more than any of these actually. But for now, we're going to make it probably out of mostly this one. I was trying to remember how I made it last time. I might have to go back and check some of my videos, because I did work out a combination that worked really good. I think it was actually elder logs with the hawthorn planks. But because of the tree farm down this side, we have got more than enough of all the types of wood that we need. So I'm going to get those set up, and we'll come right back. Alright, well, before we get building on the house, the Witchery mansion, I wanted to set up a few things for Witchery. These will be moved later on, but I just wanted to get some things cooking down here. Let's start with a cauldron. You know, I didn't bring though. I don't think I brought any water. I think you do need water. Let's try. Anointment paste. Nope, there we go. I won't need water to do anything with it. I got this flux igniter from RFTools, Redstone Arsenal. Thermal expansion it is. Okay. Which I can use to light that. Later on we'll make that a bit fancier. I think some way to turn it on and off, or it's more so to do with filling, which can be done with aqueous accumulators and stuff. So that won't do anything until there's water in it. And everything I've made are some standard witches ovens and some fume funnels. Now you can set this up in a couple of different ways. You can pop it down here, do it like that, which I think looks pretty awesome. The other way you can do it is, I'll put one over here, you can put it next to it, and just that. The fume funnels make the ovens more efficient. For now, I'm going to put 3 separate ones down. You can put a maximum of, it's either 2 or 3 that you can put on it. I can't remember which, but there's also an upgraded one, which is a filtered funnel. And what we do is we just put coal in here like you normally would. But we're going to put in some clay pots. I didn't actually bring enough. And all of the saplings will give you some sort of output. I'll show you in a second. I'll get some cooking. Some birch in there. And spruce in there. Alright, let's see what we get. Some wood ash, which is still useful. You need that to make gypsum and a whole lot of other things. If you've seen my previous Infinity and some of the Resident Rise servers, you would have seen me doing some witchery, so I'm not going to be doing too much of this. I just wanted to get it started on camera, and then we're going to go build the house. Come on, give me one of the outputs for it. Maybe you. Okay, Breath of the Goddess from birch saplings. Alright. Now I'm going to run out of clay jars before I cook all these, but that's okay. Not expensive to make. Hint of Rebirth from spruce. And oaks. Leaving me nothing. I think it's supposed to give me foul fumes, but obviously it's just not in the mood today. That's fine though. Around here, we've already talked about the power production. Not a lot else has changed around here, but I think it is looking really nice around here. Like Bambi put in a lot of work, put in a new floor, and places look awesome. We're going to be filling it with machines over the next couple of episodes, setting up different levels, doing a bit more work on the mob spawner. I should say the various mob spawners. Still having some problems with the Enderman. Bad kitty. Bad kitty, where's your witchy friend? There's no witch. You're safe then. Yes, that's alright. The Enderman farm keeps on forgetting that it's a farm. I had to disconnect it actually because there were too many Endermen in here. So we're going to leave that one for now and work on a better way to work that. And we're going to set up the MFR ones and all the other good farms too as well soon. And the Ender.io one too, the Killa Joes, which are absolutely awesome. Alright, so I'm going to go and get some wood together, and we're going to start building the witchery house. Alrighty, been laying out some stuff for the witchery mansion, and you gotta be careful when you work with this kind of stuff, because if you cut down witchery trees, these guys can spawn. It's a good old tree ant. I'm working away, I'm making some adjustments on here. Ding! Oh, what's that? Is Bambi trying to troll me or something? No, it's this guy. Ooh. Oh, he hits like a train though. Normal axes do much more damage than a sword or any other type of bodied axe. That, and he's down. Screams like some sort of Wookiee. And twig. Got 2 now, one from the last one. I was trying out some different glass. I quite like this one here, but Bambi said this one because it's more see-through, and I must say I do agree. I think I'm going to put half-slabbed floors, just to raise it up a bit. I like to have the border, break, this Rowan border and the hawthorn planks to frame things and also to make walls from. These will all have things on them or things in front of them. The main entrance will be over here, leading down there. There will be additional entrances and exits, probably a back door at the corner here, which will lead down into the witchery village, which we need as well. So I'm going to get some more building done to give you an idea of how big it's going to be. Let me just try and tidy up my inventory. This is getting a bit crazy. Fill that up, and I had some bread. Yes, I do. So let's see. I didn't even count this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. A nice odd number. Lots of ceiling space. Might hang some things from the ceiling. We'd then be doing things like running beams across. I must say this wood reminds me of acacia. I love the outside of it. Don't like the inside so much. Like my previous attempts to do this build, I will be having sort of really odd angles and stuff. That's really what I want to go for here. So like that. And then this will go up. Just because I can. Just have random looking angles and stuff. I'm being very careful Actually made a little hatchet here so I can cut down things without taking the whole house down, which I have also done in the past. I did learn from my lessons. So I do walls like this, and then I might put a small window in, so perhaps something like, because I'm flying now, like that. And I might use some micro blocks to actually make a window frame for it, like that. And then I'm also thinking I'll have some sort of floor, and then a second level for most of it. The first part of the house will be a single story, and then maybe about here, I think maybe I'll put a staircase here, a little spiral staircase on the side of the house. I don't do much building in creative. I'll usually put stuff down and I can see it in my mind how it's going to be. So I could put a staircase here, which will lead up to the second part of the house. Have a little tower here perhaps. I want it to really look crazy and just sort of all over the place, but in the end I think it's really going to work though. So this one goes up, and then we'll probably put them on this level. Bring things up like that. And then the second level will be probably about another 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then we go out like that. And have, really large sections here and smaller sections there. The other thing I wanted to announce is I'm going to be doing a logistics pipe network setup for this one, so that all the things for the Witchery house will be done via logistics pipes. I think it's this one. Have a quick look. Yep, that's it. So yeah, I've got a thing for logistics pipes. I love seeing items fly around everywhere. And as much fun I've had with Bambi working on the ME system, there's just something about the logistics pipes that I can't go past. So we'll be doing one of them. We'll probably be getting that started at the start of the next episode. And when I come back, we'll also be looking at the progress I've made with the Witch House. So I would love your feedback in the comments down under. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you think I should use a different colored glass, or what you think of the RF dimensions. Have you ever used them before? They're quite powerful. I just need to do some tutorials on how to make better designed dimensions, I think. Oh yeah, this is looking good. I wonder, can I use my builder's wand on this stuff? Oh, look at that, much quicker. You know what? I just realised that's the wrong one, isn't it? Alright, I'll fix it up as well. Oh guys, yeah, but you don't pay attention. So which one is it then? It should be that one, I think. Let's see. Yeah, it is. It's kind of hard to tell with the way the panes work. Yeah, so I even put 1 or 2 of those in just occasionally. Might be a nice touch. Yeah, so I'm going to work on this house quite a bit more. Work on the second layer as well. I'm trying to work out whether it's going to be 2 or 3 story. Probably 2 story with a bit of a tower in it. Let's see. Yeah, I really like that shape. Whenever I make it, it's always, a random shape. So, it's never going to be the same twice, that's for sure. Build this up. Going to put a 2 wide door here. Break that and that. And put a nice door here. Something with carpenter's blocks, and maybe with Witchery wood. Like that. Put some sort of crazy window above it. 1, 2. Maybe put some sort of gargoyle there or something. Do I have those weird knights? I don't. Yeah, so let me know in the comments what you think. If you like this video, please don't forget to hit that like button and share it. Anything you want to do with it would be greatly appreciated. It helps me out a lot. Alright. For now, the Hobbit 81 signing out. This golden noob armor and his jester's hat. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you all had a great time. And remember, if it's not dangerous, I didn't build it. See ya.